Welcome to Mega Talk, the new talk show in boxing. So we see the return of Alen Babic. He's been quiet for a long time now. He's parading at the moment from heavyweight down to bridgerweight, and he's also saying that he could be doing cruiserweight also. So Alen Babic is going to be the sparring partner of Tyson Fury, and he's going to be sparring him for the fight between Dereck Chisora. This is really interesting actually, because he's saying that he's a lot like Dereck Chisora, but is he? He's a pressure fighter, but is he a lot like him? Alen Babic is 31 years old now. He's had 11 fights. He's parading now, as I said, as a bridgerweight. Oscar Rivas is 28 fights with one loss, and that loss is coming to Dillian Whyte, and that was a unanimous decision to Dillian Whyte. It's quite interesting with that fight, just going back and just thinking about it, because Dillian had a lot of problems going into that fight. You remember where there was a suspension. Dillian tested positive for having PEDs in his urine samples, but then he was later on cleared. So Dillian went into that fight. He wasn't clear-headed at all, but I'm not taking anything at all from Oscar Rivas. He's a very good fighter. He's a very good fighter with only one loss. He beat Bryant Jennings by knockout, TKO. So I know that he's a very good fighter. Coming back onto Alen Babic, he's kind of stopped in between a rock and a hard place at the moment, because he was campaigning at heavyweight and he's gone down to bridgerweight, which is the new weight. WBC has the weight in between cruiserweight and heavyweight called the bridgerweight. Oscar Rivas is the first bridgerweight champion of that weight. I don't know why he doesn't want to fight Alen Babic. I just don't understand it. I hope that fight does happen. It will be an interesting fight while it happens. But to be honest, I just think that Oscar Rivas is just too talented. It will be good experience for Alen Babic, but you know something, he's got to be in it to win it. Because I remember when they asked him first, when the bridgerweight first came out, Alan, would you fight for the bridgerweight championship? And he's like, no, I'd never do it. But he realises that might be his only chance to become a world champion. So now he's considering it. But I hope that fight does happen. He says if that doesn't happen, he can campaign at cruiserweight. And I believe, yeah, because he's not a true, real heavyweight, but he's got that pressure in the fight. But his last couple of fights, no disrespect, but I've not really been that impressed with him. I do think he will be getting to the stage where he will be reaching his ceiling, his maximum levels as a heavyweight. But if this fight doesn't happen, you know, he's training with Tyson Fury. It's going to be interesting to hear what his views are in sparring with Tyson Fury. That spar's probably happened now, to find out what his experience is in fighting Tyson Fury, sparring. But yes, it's going to be interesting. I think he'll come back with some stories. So yeah, he's getting ready now for Dereck Chisora now. We're not sure who Dereck Chisora is going to be sparring to get ready for his campaign to fight Tyson Fury. But it will be interesting. I'll tell you who would be good for height for him to fight. Two people that I'd put in there would be Robert Helenius. I know that Robert Helenius probably won't. There's some talk about him retiring. And even Anthony Joshua, he would be good experience as well for height. I'm not saying that the fight like Tyson Fury, but for height and reach, I think they would be good sparring partners. To emulate Tyson Fury is going to be very difficult, because as I said before, he's a switch hitter. The last time he fought him in southpaw. But Alen Babic, yes, I think after this spar, I think he'll realise what level he's at in heavyweight. I know that he had 1 and 2 injuries as well, which had put him out for some time. The Croatian fighter is back. Alen the Babic Savage, as Dillian Whyte named him. I know that Dillian Whyte has got a fight later on this month as well, on the 27th of November. Looking forward to seeing Babic's manager back in there, Dillian, the body snatcher, Whyte. So yeah, thank you for listening to Mega Talk, and I hope you have a nice day.